Daalụ nne na ụmụ Chineke ka unu si wee na-esoro anyị ife anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ a. Anyị sị na Chukwu oke abịa ma pụrụ ihe niile ya gozi ndị n'ofu n'ofu ka bụ ndị na-ekwu okwu gbasịta maka ọdịmma ndị Igbo maka nnwere onwe nke Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ndị na-agba mbọ niile a. Anyị sịrị unu ga-adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu a ka anyị kwuru, otu a ka ọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka ugbu anyị eji gba ya gbapụ ya ọsọ igosi na ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa n'ụbọchị ige ntị and ilekwa anya. Ife a bụ international body finally discuss with about the referendum the indigenous people of Biafra request under UN. Otenekwu maka ma niile anya na court Nnamdi Kanu on December 15th. Ife a na-ekwuzi okwu ya bụ ịpụta and mpụta ahụ UN is set up for dialogue to between the IPOB and between the Biafran struggle and the Nigerian government. So unu ga-ege ya bụ ife n'iru akwụkwọ anụ maka unu fụ ka ha si wee kọwa ya bụ ife kọrapụ dịka osi n'ọnụ wee pụta. Unu ga-esi ya unu drọpụ right comment unu ife unu chere gbasịta maka ife nkata akpagasị n'iru akwụkwọ a. All right, over to you.
There seems to be a bit of a shift from the norm, which is threats, violence, actions that will be taken if this is not done. There seems to be a shift from that to now say, hey, the truth is, we honestly want to leave Nigeria. We no longer want to be Nigerian, but we don't also want to shed innocent blood. However, given any situation that we are threatened, we have to defend ourselves. But if we have the UN, supervise a referendum between Biafra and Nigerian government, that they are game for that anytime the government of Nigeria seems to. President Tinubu did promise to negotiate with them, some of these groups, when he comes into power during his campaigns. It's been about 5 months since he came into power. There seems not to be any conversation around that, not the release of Nnamdi Kanu, not to be bringing these guys to the drawing table, but at least get to understand when they talk about marginalization, what exactly they are talking about. Do you see Nigerian government now responding to this?
Well, I would advise for the interest of peace, because for the IPOP have what they're agitating for. It is advisable. The president, as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, it's good that he looks into these grievances. There are grievances, whether we like it or not, amongst these members of the IPOP agitating for the independence of Biafra, which under the international law guarantees the self-determination of some persons, okay? However, I must state that, like I stated earlier, Nigeria being a sovereign nation is not a country that can be cowed, okay? Have its own laws, and like I also stated, practice dualism, where international law does not automatically become a law in Nigeria except being ratified by the National Assembly. Now, President Tinubu, I expect him, although he may argue that he still has time within which to address these issues. But I must state, the issue of national security is of vital importance that must be taken priority of over every other issue. So this issue of IPOP and the agitation, it's something that dialogue can actually resolve. Sitting together, like he has promised in his campaign, it is good that he made good his promise. Sitting down with these human beings with rationality, with reasonings, and then with concerns also, who have their rights to air their views and to state their grievances because of their own, by virtue of their inclusiveness in Nigerian as a country. In as much as the IPOB is concerned and the people agitating, they are citizens of this country, and as such have equal rights, just like every other citizen in Nigeria. So know their concerns, know what their grievances are. There is no problem that does not have solution. Okay? So there are ways in which you tackle all these things and then sit down with these people and discuss with them. They will be open with you and then tell you what their grievances are. And then you, as the president or the commander-in-chief, the leader of the country, will know how to go about these things and then resolving the problems. And then you see that there will be peace all over, particularly in that part of the country. So I implore that Mr. President should make do his promise, his campaign promise, by calling these people and then talking with them, knowing their grievances, and then knowing how to resolve the issue, so that this issue of marginalization, some of it is the issue of marginalization, some of it is issue of, you don't know, that they may indirectly be agitating that they have not been given the opportunity to rule this country for a long time, despite being part and parcel of this nation. So they may feel aggrieved, they may feel sidelined, they may feel cheated upon. So why not look at some of these things and then call them together, talk with them, know what their problems are, and then, but it's only when you know the problem of a person deeply, that is when you know how to go about the solution. So it is good that the president rise to this occasion and then do according to how he has promised.
Okay, again, could it be that part of the reason why maybe the government of Nigeria, from President Muhammad Buhari, past administration of the APC, and now the new APC government of President Tinubu, could it be that the reason why they don't want to talk about this, why they don't want to have this conversation or bring them to the table, could it be that in doing that, you would have given rise to other groups to begin to ferment trouble and also hope that they can be called for negotiations? Could it be the reason why you think that the Nigerian governments are not interested in having a roundtable conversation with these guys? And if that is it, what other alternative do you think that the government should be looking at to sort this whole issue out?
Well, if the Mr. President never had intention in the first place, he wouldn't have pronounced it as one of the campaign promises, to come into round table with these people. But I must state that there are very good strategies towards actualizing peace in every country. One is, irrespective of what other groups may think, you take the bull by the horn, but because bringing about peace in a country is not all about the bullet and gun approach, So it is all about solving the problem of people. Bringing about solution to the problem of people is a longer way to bringing about peace in the country.
Awe lụọ n'ụka esola n'ife anyị na-eme dị iche iche ịmara nkwa ikwelu na mbụ bụ na a ga na-ewetara unu ọpdeti ọbụla gbasara maka ife na-eme n'ala Igbo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and nwere onwe nke ndị Igbo. Ya bụ ife ka ikwelu unu nkwa na a ga na-ewetara unu n'ebe akwụkwọ a, and unu ga-anye unu ya for this discussion about the dialogue between the federal government of Nigeria and the Biafran struggle. And unu ga-asị ife indigenous people of Biafra na-ekwu that na UN Gabo is supervisor over the referendum. So if na be fair akariga egwu ijide aka na Biafra na ana. So dalụ na-eme question na share dị ya ka orichukwu ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ka na-eso ikwere anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme. Dalụ na asị m ka Chukwu oke abịa ma gozie unu niile n'ofu n'ofu ka unu na-agba mbọ n'ụlọ ya dịka echi na-eche ada agwụ agwụ. Osu anyị kwuru otu akọ ya dịrịrị ise. All right, thank you so much and stay tuned. This is Eastern News 24.